people? It's your main man, DJ the Great, back again with another video. Today, today I'm finna talk about, the performance my dogs put on. But before I get into that, talk about how good the dogs did, I'm gonna need for Mr. Katron Evans, what I'm saying, to come to the front of the congregation. I wanna have a word with you, young man. Now, by all means, there's nothing wrong with being confident. But if you're gonna do all that talking about what you're gonna do and what you're gonna suck, you're gonna have to do like Castellanos did against Alabama. You're gonna have to back all that talking. Sir, you only had one tackle on the day, and I believe it was you had one tackle and you had a tackle for loss. Yeah, that one tackle was a tackle for loss, sir. Like I say, there's nothing wrong with having the confidence. But if you're gonna talk like that, you need to be able to back it up. Like one tackle ain't doing too much against Georgia. I mean, it's not. But you shocked me by saying that you was gonna shock us because I thought the way you was talking, you was gonna have about 10 tackles how you was talking, but you had a measly one tackle. But hey, that's okay. You tried. I see what you was doing. You were trying to give your team a little boost or whatever. Everybody knew on the team. You trying to corral them, but like I told you, man, coming in Athens against Georgia, led by Coach Kirby Smart and company, that's a tall task to have. But I ain't knocking for that. You tried your best, but nah, man, no. Life lesson, don't do that again, man. Don't do that. Especially if you're gonna talk like that and only have one tackle. Don't do that again. Don't do that. But anyway, enough on Mr. Evans. Let's talk about the performance that the Dogs put on display yesterday. Now, it was a couple things I wanted to see yesterday. For starters, I didn't want to I can't even talk. Excuse me. I didn't want to see a slow start. We came out, got 14 points on our first two possessions. It was way better than last year. Last year, though, that was only 3 points. We had 24 points in the first half. Yes, against Marshall, but last year we had a cupcake that I ain't even gonna call it a cupcake, but Kentucky, we struggled against them. I feel like we could have matched the gas with Kentucky, but we only had we had no points against Kentucky in the first, I believe, last year. But anyway, long story short, we went from being stuck in the mud to cruising a little bit in the first half. I wanted to see that. Second, receivers catching the ball. I think I seen one drop yesterday, and then that was it. We didn't really call it a drop. That was just a defender making a good play on the ball, but that done improved drastically. So yes, no drops. I'm cool with it. I'm good with it actually. Third, offensive line getting pushed. I know a lot of people got mixed emotions about the offensive line. They feel like we still, not getting pushed. This, that, and the third. But if you look at our rushing yard output, we carried 44 times for 240 yards. I don't know what else to tell y'all. To me, that's way better than what we was at. We was only averaging like 124 yards last year, and that was a struggle to get that. Yeah, so we done went up in one game. We done got over 100 yards and about 120 yards of production on the rushing on the ground game. I'll take that. But overall, man, it was a good game. The defense, like I say, the defense gonna be the defense. Like long as Coach Kirby Smart they're roaming that sideline, I don't care who the DC is. That defense gonna always be what it is. Like I say, the offense, it came along. Quick start gave us 45 points yesterday. We won by 38, even though the spread was 40. Okay, it is what it is. Like if you're a betting man, that affects you. But if you're a fan like me, hey, 38 points, that's a lot of points. You beat somebody that bad. Everybody say, "Oh, it's Marshall," but hey, yeah, it is Marshall. But at the end of the day, like we did what we were supposed to do against these guys. So I'll take that win. I'll take that, and I'll take the dumber. So overall, me personally, man, I'm happy with what I seen yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Zachariah Branch, man. He's gonna be one of the ones for us. 3 touches, 95 yards. He's gonna be one of the ones for us. Real. That's what we've been missing. Electric. I'm talking about somebody who can flip the field in an instant, like can change the game in an instant. Branch is definitely that, and his brother led in tackles. Zion Branch, he had 7 tackles yesterday, 7 solo tackles. Raylan Wilson, he had 6 solo tackles. Chris Cole, 4 solo tackles, 5 overall. C.J. Allen, four solo tackles. K.J. Bolden, safety, 2 tackles, 4 altogether. Terrell Foster. So you're getting a lot of new names that you wasn't really hearing last year. Terrell Foster, Gabe Harris, Ja'Cory Thomas, Xavier McLeod, Cole Spear, like Chris Jones, Kyron Jones, DeMello Jones, Elijah Griffin. So yeah, we're getting a lot of names, man, that you didn't see that much last year. We're getting a lot of people on production. Getting a lot of production out of people. So, like I said, I'm happy with that. Gunnar Stockton, he's definitely gonna open up that run game. He was our leading rusher I'm talking about last night, yesterday, with 73 yards on 10 carries. So yeah, I already see a difference. He definitely gonna open up that run game. Now you gotta account for him because he can't pull it. He's not the fastest, but he can escape, and you still gotta account for him. Passing wise, he was 14 of 24 for 190 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 10 carries for 73 yards, touchdown with the longest run coming at 14. The White Phillip Jr. though, Mr. Peanut, little Peanut. You know what I'm saying? He 5 carries, 60 yards with a touchdown. The longest one coming off the toss sweep, 18 yards. Nate Frazier, 11 carries for 47 yards. Chauncey Bowman, 6 for 33. Bo Walker, 6 for 12. Josh McCrary, 2 for 6. So we definitely running that thing by committee. Had a total of 44 carries for 239 yards. So, and our longest run was 21 by Chauncey Bowman. So yeah, we definitely as a run by committee. We also had 14 players to catch a ball yesterday, and that equated to 19 receptions for 249 yards. So yeah, we definitely we did good yesterday. We did. I got a lot of questions answered yesterday, but hey, we all know that just game 1. Next week we got Austin Peay. Should be another tune-up game before we have to go on the road to Tennessee. And after what I seen with Tennessee yesterday, I don't know. I got a different outlook on them because Joey Aguilar was doing what Nico couldn't do last year, and that was hit the open man in stride. He was doing that well yesterday. So yeah, we're gonna have to still clean up some things, but for the most part, I'm happy with what I seen, and I just hope Jawan Gaston is good to go. Our offensive guard, like he went down with an ankle injury yesterday. If I was them, I'd just keep him out next week. Just make sure he back for the Tennessee game. Hope that injury ain't too, severe. I hope it's not a high ankle sprain, because if it's a high ankle sprain, he's gone for at least a month. With the size that he is, he's 6'7", 350 pounds. He's gone for at least a month. So, yeah, we'll probably see him back against, I don't know, Kentucky or something like that. So, if it's a high ankle sprain. So, I hope that ain't the case. But, yeah, man, I'm happy with what we seen. What I seen out the Dawgs yesterday, man. That's 32 straight at home. That's the longest streak in the country, longest streak in the SEC history. Let's keep this thing rolling, man. We got a good home slate this year. We got Bama got to come to town, Texas got to come to town, and Ole Miss got to come to town. I know a lot of everybody in our fan base is looking at Bama and Texas like it's sweet. Let's not get it twisted, because you already know we got a target on our back. Everybody want to take shots at the throne. So Bama and Texas gonna definitely come into Athens and play their best game. So don't look at it as like, because they lost to Florida State and Ohio State yesterday. Don't look at it like, oh yeah, they down bad. And nah, when they come to Athens, trust me, they gonna give us their best shot. So we just better be ready to play. That's all I'm saying. We've been not going up thinking, oh, it's sweet now because how they looked in week 1. Because like I say, week 1 and week 4 can definitely very well be two different teams, and I think that's what the case is going to be. Just like with us, we're going to be a different team from week 1. So, hey, man, I just hope we don't come in thinking, it's going to be sweet. But that's all I got, man. All my questions got answered, like the things that I wanted to see that I've been talking about all preseason. They came out, and I got checks on every last one of them. Every last one of them, I got checks. I have nothing to complain about. Defense gonna be the defense. Defense was, doing their thing. They held them to 40 yards in the first half. So I ain't complaining. Let me see what their total output was. Hold on, let me go right here to team stats. Look it up. So the total output was They had 208 total yards for the whole entire game. We had 488. So I'm not mad at that at all. They had 129 passing, 79 rushing. So I'm not mad at that at all. And they 79-yard rushing, and they took 30 attempts for two, and they only averaged 2.6. Us, on the other hand, we had 44 carries and we were averaging 5.5, almost 6 yards a carry. And the thing that stood out about the Dawgs yesterday that I ain't really seen nobody talking about, we had 2 penalties for 15 yards. Very, very disciplined football that we played, might I add, yesterday. So yes, everything is checked off. Like I'm proud of what I seen yesterday. I'm happy with what I seen yesterday. So let's just go ahead and just build on that, continue to build on that. I have no word, I have no complaints about what I seen. Now, if I was to nitpick and just complain about something, we got to clean it up on third down. We was only 6 or 16. But with all that being said, we didn't force a turnover. We didn't get in sack, and we still won by 38. Like I say, if anything else, I'll say we need to convert better on third down. Because a couple seasons ago, we was one of the best converting third down teams in the country. But other than that, man, it is what it is. But hold on, before I leave, yeah, we was 6 and 16 on third down, but we was perfect on fourth down. So we can take that and do what we will with it. But hey, man, I'm just happy with what I seen. All my questions got answered, so that is what it is. And y'all, let's Dog Nation, let's go ahead and get ready for week 2 as we host Austin P. Hope we see another good performance like we seen this past Saturday. That's all I got, man. You already know when it comes to DC the Great, it's all about them dogs. Go Dogs.